Ha ha ha, get away. It's all a bunch of Cold War nonsense. Welcome everybody, Lionheart here, and I'm going to share with you something today that's going to blow your mind. A story about a leaked database. Now listen carefully. A leaked database of 1.95 million registered members of the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, a reign of terror that's decimated 5,000 years of Chinese culture and over 100 million people, more than 2 world wars combined of life, have been killed by the sinister demon cult, this red devil that is bent on destroying humanity. A database of their 1.95 million spies has revealed that many of them are embedded within key institutions throughout the West. Now this is nothing new, folks. I had to sit down in 2005 with 2 FBI agents when I received death threats from the Chinese Communist Party exposing a new form of evil in China, the largest forced organ harvesting genocide against the innocent spiritual movement, the Falun Gong, their practitioners, as well as the Uyghur Muslims who are just cut open while alive. And they shared with me, as I shared with them, that there are student organizations in universities and institutions and multinational corporations and government bodies that are harboring these installed CCP agents. So listen to this. Originally leaked on Telegram, an encrypted instant messaging app, the database is filled with evidence showing the communist Chinese infiltrators hold many high-level positions at consulates, drug companies, universities, and other such entities. This has been going on for years, okay, by the way, folks. Pharmaceutical giants such as Pfizer and AstraZeneca, for instance, together employ some 123 CCP loyalists. British banks, HSBC, and Standard Chartered also employ hundreds of party adherents across 19 branches. These 2 branches and banks of these branches alone, as you may recall, drew criticism for how they responded to Beijing's crackdown in Hong Kong. Then you think who also were getting criticism for disregarding and ignoring the facts about Hong Kong. LeBron James, the NBA, the Major League Baseball teams. God hates cowards who remain silent when atrocities are occurring. Let's continue. Aerospace giants Airbus and Boeing are likewise filled to the brim with CCP infiltrators, along with Rolls-Royce, which employs hundreds of communist Chinese militants. Now these are not just low-level pawns, guys. These are board members, these are executive directors, these are presidents, high-ranking officials in these organizations and multi-level corporations, not to mention in the legacy media that have been bribed and paid off, not to mention those, yeah? Now, perhaps most disturbing is the high number of CCP loyalists who work in British consulates. These individuals swore an oath, by the way, to guard party secrets, be loyal to the party, work hard, fight for communism, blah, 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 throughout their lives. What a bunch of BS, folks, and never betray the party. A regime that's wiped out millions of people and are harvesting innocent people while alive in their death camps. And state-sanctioned murder, if I can say that to you, confirmed. And we'll get into that in another story at a later time. But for now, in other words, people who live to embrace and promote communism have secured key positions within Western society and are now steering it to become more like communist China. The revelations prove that members of the CCP are now spread around the globe, with members working for some of the world's most important multinational corporations, academic institutions, and our own diplomatic services, whether in the United States, whether in the UK, whether in Australia. Just look at the lockdowns, folks, and you be the judge. This is communist takeover. This is communist policies. The government must now move to expel and remove any members of the Communist Party from our consuls throughout China. They can either serve the world or the Chinese Communist Party. They cannot do both. And that goes to all the elected officials who are colluding with the Chinese Communist Party around the world. And we're not going to mention names right yet. We're giving them a chance to repent. We're giving them a chance to come clean and stop their evil dealings for money and power, because you guys, you people, have blood on your hands. Be careful. Data security analysts from Internet 2.0 helped IPAC get the word out about the CCP's infiltration of banks, universities, consulates, pharmaceutical companies, and other institutions. I take my hat off to these people. Courageous individuals. Courageous individuals. Now, upon admittance to new CCP members, These people are required to swear an oath of loyalty in front of traditional flags bearing a hammer and a sickle. They must utter their pledge before observers, basically selling their soul to the party. Disgraceful. I don't know what has gone on to these people. Why have they sold their soul to this red devil? Anyway, let's go ahead and share about this, which I thought was quite interesting. It was once stated by former US Director of National Security, DNI, John Ratcliffe, that Communist China represents the greatest threat to democracy and freedom since the Second World War. The CCP, he added, is trying to dominate the planet economically, militarily, and technologically. They want to take over the United States, folks, and dismantle our Constitution, dismantle our Bill of Rights, label anyone who doesn't want to take this so-called, if you know what I mean, as cultists and evil people and Nazis and white supremacists. And this is ridiculous. This is all inciting of hatred and policies out of the Chinese Communist Party. Hey, does wokeism ring a bell? Does liberalism ring a bell? Well, all communist-style policies. Hilariously, a Chinese embassy spokesman responded to the leaked revelations of this database by urging the media to abandon all the ideological bias and Cold War mentality and view China, the Communist Party of China, and China's development in a rational and impartial manner. Yeah, let's just let the mass murdering regime and all its demonic minions around the world get away with murder. How about that, guys? Get away. It's all a bunch of Cold War nonsense. Come on, folks. Come on. It's always been a mystery to me as to why America dealt with the Soviet Union as an evil communist regime, but treated China as a mild one, the Communist Party, by the way. This is not about the Chinese people, this is not about China, this is about the CCP. Let's just get one thing straight. And why have they treated China as a mild one that could be bought with money and a good lifestyle? We thought we were rich enough, right, as Americans, powerful enough and attractive enough to change China into a normal society, as the one in the free world. Instead, the business and investment from the United States have made the Chinese Communist Party stronger. The CCP is like a cancer, guys, that sucks nutrition from a healthy organ to become a bigger threat to the whole body. When a cancer continues to grow, what is the end result? We need to cut it out. Fortunately, we are still a strong nation. However, when good cells fight off cancer, it's a life and death struggle. If we don't see this clearly, if we don't take the CCP as soon as possible, take it out as soon as possible, a more deadly virus might come. The CCP virus should be a lesson enough for us. Eliminating the CCP doesn't require World War III, and no one wants World War III or death or destruction or violent revolution. If we cut our ties to it, it will starve to death quickly like a cancer separated from its host. Now, to end off, Gandhi once stated, Mahatma Gandhi, a good person will resist an evil system with his whole soul. Disobedience of the laws of an evil state is therefore a duty. So till next time, guys, stay strong, keep the faith, like and subscribe and comment, share the video far and wide, and Lionheart will see you next time here. Take care, see you soon.